Welcome back to Resident Evil.
Resident Evil
Talking
4.
about ditch.
Talking about
about
ditch,
ditch.
and now we got a really important decision.
You good at ditch?
Left or right?
For a second, when we were first left.
Left?
Yep.
All right, that's the path we're going first.
When we,
We gotta get all
started
the
talking
goodies.
about it, I was thinking about like Ding Dong Ditch,
Ding Dong Ditch is great.
and that's the one that I was like, nope, Ditch. I did not like because if I got it, like if I was it, again going back to what we were saying before we started recording, even when I was actively athletic, I hated and was not good at running.
Oh, shit.
I was slow. I have short little legs, and I'm a big dude.
The thing
I don't move fast.
with ditch
I've
for
good burst
us,
speed. Good burst speed.
sometimes
Holy shit.
Rob and Will and
Yeah.
I, what we would do was one of us we all take turns on a house, right?
Yep.
But the thing is that we surveyed and we observed what was happening. We wouldn't just run away.
Yeah.
We would hide somewhere and
Oh
just
yeah.
watch
you
what they
don't
did.
watch, yeah.
And then like,
Because what's the point, right?
but here's the thing. There's some occasions where once I doorbell ditched, I would hide in their window well if I saw it there, and I'd just wait.
God damn it. You creepy little bastard.
It was very creepy. Super creepy.
What if like their kid's bedroom was right by that window well?
That happened once
Yeah,
where,
'cause I was gonna say,
okay,
I had a lot of friends who bedroom windows were their fucking window well.
I can tell you a story, and Will can corroborate this.
Yeah.
We were doing doorbell ditch, and I think it was still, we had curfews,
Yep.
and the police would, wrangle up kids that were past curfew.
Yep.
And there was a time when I think we were walking on 13th going towards like Taco John's, things like that, like
Yep.
kind of by Claire Barton or whatever it is now. South Campus 2 at the time, probably,
Yeah.
or something. So we ditched our bikes and things like that, and we ran to this house on the opposite. It wasn't on 13th; it was adjacent, like a
Yeah.
block after that. And we hid in this person's window well, and we saw the cop lights like flash around. And
Yeah.
the search lights were like peering into this neighborhood, and we were in this guy's egress window.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's deep one.
Yep.
So once we saw the lights go out, like the guy, I think had his lights on, so he couldn't see out his egress.
Yeah.
But like we were in it, just like watching him in
Yeah.
his basement,
Yeah.
like just play around. And then he turned off his lights. We're like, oh shit, he could probably see us if he turned off his lights,
Yep.
because the cop lights were like shining over the egress, so he could probably see like what's going on.
Yeah, and he doesn't
outside.
have the light reflecting from
Exactly.
that,
That's
so
why
you
we were
can
like,
just-
we thought we were safe because
Yeah.
he had lights inside.
Yep.
So that was like, we're getting the heart palpitating. He's like, oh my god,
Yep.
oh my god, oh my god. But the cop, like, just passed through as the guy turned his lights off, and then I think the guy came up to his window, and I don't know if he was high.
Yeah.
He was just stoned out of his mind. He didn't do anything. We thought he would come out and like yell at us, but he was just like looking around.
See, yeah, Ding Dong Ditch, I was just that one I truly hated, just because again I was the slowest one, so if someone was going to get caught, it was going to be me. But like Ditch, I learned because of the fact of like trying to go far and find like hiding places around like the street.
You tell me,
you know what I mean?
You go far in Fargo.
And I'd inevitably get caught, and I'd be it, and I'd end up being it for a long time. You know what I mean? So, and I hated it because I was just wandering around people's yards in the dark, just
And
like
kids are
looking
mean
for
not to
people.
have like a limit. Like, all right, Bradshaw
Right.
was it for twice. Like, all right, just
Right.
somebody else's turn.
So I got really good at hiding, and basically it was just like pick somewhere super close and super dark where I can cover myself completely.
Yeah.
Whether it was like, there was one time I was at a buddy's lake place, and I just hid under the pickup truck. I was there, like I just sat there. Another time I was just like, there was like a bush, so I got in the bush, not behind the bush, but in the
You
bush.
just jumped in the bush.
Yeah, so like making sure I'd never get caught, essentially, because it'd be real close to the base.
Yep.
And just like, and like, yeah. So they'd instinctively start going and spreading out, and I was like, no, I'm staying here.
I like that.
Staying here.
Pro strats.
So I got good at
Those
it.
are good strats.
The scariest almost got caught thing for me. This was in high school. We were. I don't know if I've told this before. I don't think on here. I don't think I have. Sean's familiar with the story. But we were in high school, and at the time, my buddies that I was hanging out with liked to climb things. Again, not being particularly agile and strong enough to pull myself around things and whatnot.
Some people aren't
I have
as aware
bad
of
shoulder strength.
the limitations of their friends.
Yeah.
Like, let's go climb stuff, and
Yeah.
you're like,
No, I'm good, fam.
okay.
So they would do it, and I'd be like the getaway driver, essentially. Like, I'd hang out in the car. There's one time I actually did it because it was really simple. But,
Is it the roof of South?
Centennial. So, Centennial, it was always like this. People
good
were
Jack in the Box.
doing it all the time to the point where they put a chain link fence around it. And the chain link fence around the top has barbed wire. But the area there is like, there's a ground, and then it kind of goes up like a hill. So there's stones, like a flat stones, and layered like bricks kind of. So you can walk up those, and then the fence is only like, 4 feet high or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then you unhook the barbed wire, right? Because it's just, hooked on you unhook that. Someone conveniently left a carpet square out there.
Oh, nice.
So we put the carpet square over the barbed wire and then climbed the fence, put our foot on that, and jumped over. And then you could just climb on the electrical boxes really easily and get up top. That was easy. But this one, I think this was later that night, actually. That same night we did Centennial.
Okay.
We were going, and they decided they wanted to do Old Navy on 13th Avenue in West Fargo. You know that, the strip mall, and it had the big Old Navy in it. It's not where it's currently like where
Media Play, that one?
No,
Kohl's?
not in that strip mall where Old Navy used to be.
Okay.
Further West Fargo, kind of by like PetSmart and stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of in those two like strip malls there.
Okay, on that side? Okay.
Yeah, and
Yes, I don't know. It
yeah.
was like Natural Grocery Town or something.
yeah,
Or
it was-
Burlington. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's in West Fargo though.
Yeah.
Kind of by like Spitfire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
That's kind of by there. And anyway, because were driving around, we drove around the back of it, and it was closed. And like they had a ladder situation, and like the bottom little bit has like a cage around it, and like a thing underneath it, so you can't like start climbing it from the ground.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I know what those
you
are.
can
Yeah.
you can climb over that gate essentially, right?
Yeah.
Just climb on that and pull yourself over that, and then get onto the ladder.
Okay.
So that's what they did, and and they went up there. They're up there for a while, and I'm parked behind there, and I'm just chilling.
Someone get pulled over?
Probably
No, that was like a street sweeper.
Oh.
pull over on the street.
Street sweeper got pulled
So they're
over.
up there, and what I find out later is they're up there, and it's one of those buildings. They have rocks on the top.
Yep.
Like
E-rock?
like standard rocks that you have,
Yeah.
like in your garden and shit.
You
Yeah. So they were like just like for fun, just like throwing those from the fucking from the top, not like at cars and shit, but they were just like
Oh, why not?
throwing them because there was nobody. There was a couple cars in the parking lot, but that was it, and they were just like chucking them, and I don't know if it was like so. I think, but that like the person who was working there was coming out or something and saw the rocks, and they called the cops. So I'm sitting there, and then my buddy Ryan goes, "Eric, get out of here! It's the cops!" Because I had my window rolled down, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." I thought they were just playing a joke, and then Wilson was like, "No, seriously, get the fuck out of here!" And I was like, "What?" And I drive, and as I round the corner from the back of the fucking mall there's a cop driving one way down like there's like a little side street thing there, driving there, and there's one driving across the fucking front of the strip mall. There's like one out on 13th. Like there's a bunch of cop cars showing up, and I instantly start fucking heart beating, like pounding, like oh shit, and then I was like, I just need to get over into Fargo, park the car, get out the fucking car, and it was, there's that, you can just chain it across all the way to Walmart.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I did. I went to Walmart, turned off my car, got out of my car, went into Walmart, and just waited. And it was like the longest, like it was maybe like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Whoa.
But it seemed like for fucking ever. I was just walking around the store just worried as fuck. Meanwhile, what had happened was my friends climbed down. Like they were, the cops were up front with like the manager or whatever, and they were shining their lights up at the roof. While they were doing that, like they sat there for a little bit, and while they were doing it, they're like, well, this is a perfect opportunity. So they quick went to the fucking ladder, climbed down, and then at like the back, there's the road, like, behind the building, and then it kind of slopes down into a ditch, and then up again as you get to people's yards right there, and there's a fence line. They climb down, they go across, they go down into the ditch, get on their stomachs, and start army crawling in the ditch. As they do that, like they start going a little bit, then the cops finally come around back, and they're shining their flashlights up at the building.
Oh my God.
Around the back. And they just stay still.
Yeah.
And then like they start going a little bit, and then like a cop starts shining his light over by them, and they just freeze. And like it passes by them, right? As they're looking, like what they didn't see.
Weeds down there? Like
no, it's just like a ditch, right?
So it's like
there's no
and everything?
Yeah, there's no weeds or whatever. It's just the fact that it slopes down and up severe enough where it's shadowed, right?
Okay. But if they peered down in there and
with the thing, yeah,
Oh,
they would see
God.
it. They were like maybe like 10, 15, 20 feet away.
Because they've army crawled enough.
They've already army crawled for a little bit.
Wow.
And then once the cops stop surveying there, then they start army crawling again. They get up, go through someone's backyard, get into the residentials. Fun little tidbit that I didn't inform you right away because it comes back. They did this shirtless. They liked doing it shirtless for some reason. Always did it.
They were all shirtless?
So I have all their shirts in my trunk. So
What the hell?
they have gotten out. They're now walking on the sidewalk in residentials. They're like muddy. They've got like fucking like burrs, like little thistle shits in them.
And like grass stains?
And they're walking. As they're walking in this residential, a fucking cop car drives past them. Just drives past them. Like, because it was going around a corner and they were coming around a corner, so like they didn't really see each other well. And then after that, I get a phone call, and it's them. And they're like, Bracho, where the fuck are you? And I was just like, I'm in Walmart right now. Where are you guys at? What's going on? And they're like, we're in a residential, like right behind the building. And I'm like, where are you by? What street? Whatever. And they're like, I don't know. It's over here. We'll start walking to you. You start coming here. And I'm like, okay. So I walk out to my car, get in my car, and then start driving back towards it. And I get a call like 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, like I'm exaggerating, but like less than 2 minutes after the last phone call. They're like, Bracho, where the fuck are you? Because their adrenaline's going so fast, right?
They think time's going so
yeah,
slow.
slow. And I was just like, dude, I just got off the phone. I walked outside, got in my car, and started driving. Like, it's only been a little bit. And they're like, oh, get here quick, dude. Get here quick. I'm like, okay.
I'm not going to go like 65.
I fucking drive. Like a little aside to that, I also had Wilson's car keys, right? Because he had left them in my car when he was doing it.
Safe.
So I had seriously contemplated when I first pulled into Walmart if I should drive to Wilson's and get in his car in case because my car was there.
Clever girl.
But I didn't know how soon they would call me. And it's a pretty big distance from Walmart to Wilson's parents' house over by Lindenwood. Mm-hmm. So, like, I just stayed.
Sure.
And so, like, So I'm
Well
driving,
done, Sean. Well done.
and I'm going across.
You got it all good.
Oh, I thought you said hold on.
I'm going across
No, well
like
done.
a main street. I don't know which one in West Fargo, like where there's stoplights and shit. And then I see them walking across the street, and I meet them at the median, and they get in my car, and I immediately like turn around and go, and then fucking hit the interstate, and just start cruising towards Wilson's. And at that point, once we hit the interstate and we're gone, all of a sudden, just the fear and everything turned into this warm, just
Got away.
rush of just like, holy shit, dudes. We just like totally like escaped the cops, and we shouldn't have. And we
could
did
be
it.
burglars if we
Yeah,
wanted to.
and fucking yeah, dude. We were so hyped up, so amped up. We went back to Wilson's house. His bedroom, like when you go off out into their garage, you go in the door, and then there's a stairway immediately in front of you that goes downstairs to where Wilson's bedroom was. So we just went right in there, and then there's a bathroom down there, and so they then showered
Together.
to get all the shit off.
Great.
And then put
Best
the
part of the
shirts
story
on,
right there.
And we were just on fucking cloud 9, dude. Like it was like fuck the police.
Honestly,
we beat the cops, dude.
Honestly, I would say stuff like that before you discover drugs
Yeah.
is the best high you can ever get.
Dude, it is. It is.
Seriously is.
It is. That's like more excitement than I'd ever want again.
Yeah, that's enough. Like, you know, that escaping FPD or wherever, you know, like that stuff is,
Yeah, dude.
it gets your adrenaline. That's why Will, Rob, everybody that I would go out and be in the darkness with,
Yep.
we would
You'll be in the darkness with, yes.
we would do that because like, oh, what's weed? You
Yeah.
know, like what are cigarettes?
That was just it. At the time,
That's how you
like,
had to get
what we did. That's why I still like to drive around, is because that's what we did.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
Just wandering.
I always volunteered to drive because I enjoyed driving, and we just drive around all night till like a couple of us would be like texting people, seeing if anything's going on. If something was, then we just fucking
that's old
God.
school.
turn and go
That's
to
just
it.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
And go to like if there's a party or if there's something, people were chilling and we found out about it, then we'd go there. And then otherwise we'd just fucking drive around until after midnight, and then we'd go to Walmart and fuck around.
midnight.
Yeah, we gonna let it all hang out. And we go to fucking Walmart, right? Because that was open late. That was something we could do.
24-hour Walmart.
Yep. So we do that. So that when you're left up, when you are in that odd age where you have a driver's license, but you're not really doing anything yet.
We would go to we'd walk to Kmart.
Yeah.
Because Sanford's lived like right, by the
Yep.
walk bridge, so we'd go there and just walk a couple more blocks to,
It's so
Kmart.
funny.
Yeah,
It's
Just
so
go over
funny
the
what
Blue
we
Bridge
do.
and you're practically there.
and we look at the
What we
toys.
do when we had
Look at
more
the toys
freedom,
or the video game.
but couldn't really do anything with that freedom.
I know, it's kind of weird.
Like I'd go to a friend's house for sleepovers for like birthdays and stuff, and like every night, or like every time we do it, there's a good pack of like 8 of us or some shit that's there, and like we'd at like 2 a.m, like, hey, you want to go walk around? Sure. So we just go fucking wander around the neighborhood at 2 a.m, like talking and chilling, and then somebody would do some goofy shit or whatever. Sometimes a spontaneous game of ditch would break out, like stuff like that, and then it's like. But it was completely because we had more freedom but couldn't do shit with it.
Yep.
Kids will never know what it's like during that era because there wasn't all these
Such a
like,
special
social
time.
medias. There wasn't
That
social
stuff
medias
was
to keep
just
us
starting
kind
at that
of.
time.
There wasn't any Facebook.
I didn't
for
have
us.
Facebook till 2008. That was maybe like, a year or two after it like mainstream started.
Yeah, well, I had a Zanga
Oh yeah, Zangas, dude. Zangas were
Zanga and
tight.
MySpace.
MySpace.
I never MySpaced.
We'll talk about those in the next episode, though. How about that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Let's boom it up, right?
Yeah, dude. Fucking
Us chaps are gonna boom it.
tell kids to get off your lawn and then reminisce about the times when you do shit like that.